Well, today we have came up on a part that if you leave it off of your engine will not run. So let's just jump right in here with both hands and get on with this fuel line project. It's that baling war engine. You see what I got right here? Let's call that a blueprint. And the bottom line is, if you got an engine that's missing a fuel line, and you cannot bend a blueprint, as this is an example, something to go by. If you can't bend this right here to where it will fit in lieu of the gas line, and make it not have any, make it have good clearance from one end to the other. If you can't bend an example, then you're not going to have any success at all of bending a replacement fuel line. So that's the first step. Come up with something that will actually work. And oh, you would not believe the shapes of the fuel lines I have removed off of engines in the past. This one right here is practically it's not new old stock, but it's as close as you can get. That's the drain back at the front on one of these type M's. This one actually happens to be a new old stock suction line from the tank to the fuel pump on the different kind of fuel pump than what we got on this baling war engine. That's what we're working on today. We're going to put the fuel lines on it, if you're taking note. It's good to have an example to go by. And even though I've got these, they won't work. They will not fit on the one that I'm working on now. As is, this one right here, that's a suction line for the diaphragm type fuel pump, and that's good. This is a good example of a factory original, and that's the way it would have been. And this outlet on the back here would have went to the fuel tank. That's that one. And the one that we put on the engine in the last video is these examples right here are all removed from that type fuel pump setup. And you will find this right here quite often, and it's not good. It's just not good. In anybody's book, this is not good. I mean, you might get the engine running, but as soon as you get it home, you know you're going to need a ferrule. But you see the look like a mop string. The ferrule is gone. It's flared out with a string on it. But you know, you cannot expect good service out of that. Now the one that I bended up to replace this, it's got a little more bend right here. It's was kind of pleasing to the eye, but this is original type setup that would have came off of that engine, and I could have used this. Would have been nothing wrong with it, except, and that's a copper replacement there. But we've already got one on the engine, you know, so we'll set them aside. The reason that I did not use this one and a brass suction line is the other line that goes from the exits from the fuel pump up to the mixer. I didn't have a good brass one, and these engines came with 3 brass lines on them, a set, and it's just not aesthetic, you know, visually. If you put two brass lines and a copper together, you know, it's just not good. So I have elected to put 3 copper lines on it, and I'll save this was a different fuel pump here. This was the one that had the lever on it. So, and I will save those, and on that engine I will have a 3-piece set, and I'll use a full set of brass lines on it. And the brass tubing is available. Just look it up, and most of the brass you're getting now is hard brass, and you really have to anneal it. I use it. I do have some brass. I just elected not to use it on this engine, but you do have to anneal it as you go. But it's quite easy to work with if you keep that in mind. Even the copper will harden on you quite easily. And this was soft copper. Came from the neighborhood hardware store. About $3.50 a foot. And that's a foot in an inch or so, you know. So, you know, for less than, well, so let's say $4, got a fuel line. This one right here, let's say $5, got a fuel line. And this is the one that I was this one is bent too. We're going to get over there on the engine and put them on there is what we're going to do. I just wanted to tell you how easy it is, and this was one I was bending, and I said, whoa, I better do a bit of show and tell. But you see what I done there? I bent that wire, and then I bent this to go on there. Let's get over to the engine. Now, let's, this was the first one I bended up, and I did cut it a little bit long there, well, it's about 1.5 inches that I did lost there. I run a countersink in there, took that inside burr out, and then I took a file there and dressed it up on the end. That's ready to go. It goes right down yonder, and it goes right up here. So let's put us one of them nuts on there and a new ferrule, and on the top we will do the same. Put your nut and the ferrule. Fits real good. This one comes right up through there, goes right down in yonder. And let's start that. Make sure it goes down in there and bottoms out in the fitting, and just lightly start the nut. And the top one up here was in there. That ferrule, oh yeah, it went down on there then. Make sure your ferrule gets down on there the correct depth. And these fittings do have these particular ones here has a stop in them. The ones on that fuel pump system down there did not have a stop in them, and you could just shove that copper tubing right on through yonder. And kind of work that around a little bit right there. You do not want to get these started on there askew. There, and one of the other things is you want to bend that copper to where that it does not have tension in it. You know, you're not putting it in a bind when you put it on there. But to tighten that up, that got started, I'm going to hold upward on the bottom of that copper tubing and cinch this nut up. It's when you're putting that on there, you want to tighten that up enough. Once it tightens up, then you want to tighten it up with a firm tightness, just enough to where that you know that. See, that's pretty good alignment, because I can tighten that up by finger tight. When you can do that, you know that you're in pretty decent alignment. And make sure that's down on there. This right here is the line that returns the overflow from the mixer back to the fuel tank. This line also can operate as a vent line. Okay, now we got that on there. That's good to go. That's all tight. That's well to go. So the next line, and we will have to. It's not complete just yet. You can see I just made some bends in it to get it in the vicinity to where that we need to go. Now it is so easy just to run a line right up through here and be done with it. But if you have an engine, whatever brand it is, and you don't have a fuel line on it, it's helpful to look at the instruction manual and get an idea to where the original fuel lines ran at, and try to copy it. Get it close as you can. Okay, This one, oh, I'm going to have to bend it some. And I want that to be at the right angle going down in that fuel pump. You're not at the wrong angle. Clearance on this pipe, clearance right here, clearance here. And you can see it's kind of kicked back. So I'm going to have to bring that forward a little bit. Okay, that's going to be alright. So I'm going to make a cut on it now. I'm going to put a pencil mark on that. Let's see, let's get us, well, we're not in a bind down there, not in a bind. Take your time, take your time. You do not want to be wasting any copper tubing. The price is just, oh, it's outrageous. Okay, we put us a line, I'm going to cut that off right there. I think we'll be alright. In this case, I'm just going to use one of them. It's made in Taiwan. It says it right on the side of it there, but you know, I'm going to use it anyway. It's a tubing cutter. Put it right on there where the pencil line was at, just lightly, a little bit, tightened up a little bit, going in there. And this is just to get a fuel line on the gas engines. All this is. This is not a technical how to cut a copper tubing video by no means. Leave a comment if you got one.